know yourself, the real you, and how to take the first step towards empowering your success. That was just a little bit of what you're going to get with the core one of Life Empowerment System. 365 days of personal, professional, and spiritual development. And today, I'm going to share a little bit of core 2 with you and give you the skills you need to achieve success in your life. Now listen, success is a choice. It is a choice to do something. It's a decision. So if you choose to do nothing, you'll be successful at that nothing. But if you choose to take a step in the right direction, and you be much, much closer to achieving your dreams. So are you ready to take that step? This first step today to transform your life into a victorious life. If the answer is yes, then let's get started right now. Hi, we want to talk to you about being empowered, but just before we talk to you about the empowered life, I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I grew up in an island called Bermuda and grew up in the middle of poverty, in the midst of poverty. And from a young age, I always felt like there was something more. I spent the first portion of my life reaching out, not understanding that what I was reaching out for was already in me. As a result of that, I got really interested in that one word, empowerment. And I love that word because it presupposes that it's not someone giving you something, but actually turning something on that you already have. So many people live disempowered lives because they're disconnected to who they really are. And that was the first thing I had to learn, that success wasn't something that was way out here. Success first started with self-knowledge. We talked to you a little bit about that last week. This week we're going to be focusing on, for the rest of this session, on success. Now, empowerment is one of those words that's thrown around. You have empowerment specialists, people all over the place. You see signs about living the empowered life. Very few people have explained to us what empowerment is. Let me give you this just simple definition of empowerment. Empowerment simply means that you are back in the driver's seat. Life does not have to happen to you. You can happen to life. Here's the thing, life comes at you one day at a time. And if you can just learn how to live and manage for that 24 hours, then 24 years will not be a problem. When we talk about empowerment, a lot of people say, okay, if I live the empowerment life, what does that feel like? What does it look like? To me, it means that when you wake up in the morning, you already have a plan for the next 24 hours of the day. And then you're also able to deal with those bumps in the road, those turns in the road, the times when you don't feel like doing what you know you should do. Empowerment comes in handy. Empowerment is like the word success. Success is one of those words that is very, very difficult to explain, but it's easier if you're successful to explain what it feels to be success than to explain the actual definition of success. And that's why staying with us, doing life with us, is going to mean the world of a difference for you over the next couple of months, because we get a chance to live with you and then give you some empowerment tools and strategies to help you to be successful. I want to challenge you, and you could take this challenge all week. Ask your friends, your family, ask even your enemy, what does success mean? And I bet you're going to come up with 10, 15, 20 different definitions for success. My definition for success is that success is the fulfillment of purpose. So if you don't know who you are, that means that no matter what you do, you might have accomplishments here or there, citations here or there, or even people saying that you're successful, but you will never be successful until you know who you are and why you were born. The key to success is this. Number one, and I have to write this down, self-mastery. One of my favorite writers, one of my favorite authors is Shakespeare. And one of the things that he said that really stuck out to me in, I think it was Hamlet, he said, "To thine own self be true." Know who you are. Know your strengths, your weaknesses. Some people want to overlook their weaknesses, and this is where the first mistake is. You can always bring people around you who complement your weakness. But if you're not in the mode of really being true to who you are, looking at your strengths and embracing the very thing we don't want to talk about, that's a weakness. No man can have mastery over everything. So the second key to success is find the thing that turns on your passion. Now I'm using this word because this is a word, again, that a lot of people tell you, if you find your passion, you're going to be successful. And we always equate passion with something that makes us feel good. But I'm thinking about Mother Teresa, because passion is not only the things that make you feel good, but your passion is also generated with things that don't make you feel so good. Not good. This is important. Mother Teresa did not feel good about the poverty in India, about the sickness and the disease. And that turned on her passion to find a solution for it. And that brings me to my third point. Success really starts when you can find a problem and solve it. I call this the pitch and peer. You find your strengths, connect it to solving a problem, peer it up, and therein lies the secret of your success. Now, I remember saying back in the day, I just want to be successful. I just want to be successful. I just want to be successful. And it felt like success was evading me. Have you ever had that feeling where you know you're wired for success, but it keeps evading you? I mean, you get so close, it's within your reach, it's out of your grasp, and you get really, really disappointed. Well, to me, success is not only about self-mastery or finding your passion or identifying a problem and pairing your strengths with solving that problem. But guess what? Success is having the ability, and I got to write it all the way down here, having the ability to bounce back. I love biographies and autobiographies, and I've discovered that the people that I admired, all of them, barring none, had to bounce back. They had to bounce back from disappointment. They had to bounce back from betrayal. They had to bounce back from loss. They had to bounce back from bankruptcy. When it comes to success, you've got to understand that you're going to have bumps in the road, humps in the road. You're going to have people that don't believe in your dreams. You're going to have people around you that are naysayers. You're going to have doors closed in your face. You're going to have those times when you're going to want to give up because it seems as if your vision is great, but your bank account is low and running low. It's during that time when you understand that success starts from within. Success requires you to master not only yourself, but have mastery over the time. Time comes to you one day at a time. And I talk about procrastination in our core 4 because procrastinators put off tomorrow what they should do today. And this is why doing life with you and having someone in your life that motivates you or inspires you is important. If you're going to be successful, Get the people from out of your life that are abortion specialists. And I have to say that because having a dream, having a vision is like carrying a baby. You don't want anybody around you that is a naysayer, that is negative. Negativity will abort the best and the strongest ideas. You have greatness on the inside of you. You are wired for success. And many times we don't deal with the whole issue of relationships. I got to go up here anyway, but you've got to bring the right relationships around you. Why? Your life will resemble those with whom you assemble. Surround yourself with successful people and you will be successful. Talking about people, I'm going to say this. When the wrong people leave your life, wrong things stop happening. And many times we want the right people to come into our life. We want people who will motivate us, coach us, people who will give us the tools, people who would just give us that oomph when we're down. And sometimes we have the wrong people in our lives. And if you let go of good, then you can embrace great. But you cannot hang on to the things that you don't want and expect the things that you want to come into your life. Success starts when you are able to answer the following 3 questions. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, why am I here? And number 3, where am I going? If you can answer those 3 questions, who am I, why am I here, and where am I going, you are on the road to success. I'm telling you, when I think of people like Stephen Jobs, Albert Einstein, I believe that these people were just like us. Knowing that there's nobody in this world that is better than you, you will begin to stop competing with other people and you'll start competing with yourself and win. It all starts with self-mastery, knowing who you are, why you were born, and where you're going. See you at the top. All right. If life was a baseball game and you want to be successful at life, you're going to have those times where you're going to have strikes and foul balls, and you might even get hit. This is not the time for you to stand on that diamond crying because the person that threw the ball accidentally hit you. That's the time to pick that bat up one more time and strike at it again. And this is what the Core 4 is all about, particularly when it comes to Core 2 success. Being able to find your rhythm, being able to find your footing, and to be able to, when life throws you a curveball, to pick up your bat and strike it with success principles. Life is demanding, it's often demanding, and we have to find ways to overcome the obstacles in order to be successful. One of the things that I use is to remind myself over and over again that I was created to be a success. Here's the skinny of it. 23 chromosomes from my father met together with 23 chromosomes from my mother, and they came together and perfectly made a person by the name of Cindy Trimm. By virtue of the fact that I am still alive lets me know that I was wired to be successful. I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles. All of us have had to overcome a lot of obstacles. And if you are living and breathing, you've got to remember any day above ground zero is a good day to be successful. Some of us use our excuses as a reason why we are not successful. And I don't believe that we're excusing ourselves from living in the realm of success because we feel that we're not successful. We often ask ourselves the question, who am I to be smarter than someone else, or brighter than someone else, or more beautiful than someone else. Well, let me ask you the question, who are you not to be smart and bright and beautiful? We have learned the art of dumbing down. We have learned the art of blending in. We have learned the art of giving away pieces of ourselves so that people don't feel as if we are full of pride. This is a mistake. I got to be able to learn how to spell pride. But this is the mistake. As you begin to grow and become stronger and learn self-mastery, there is going to be a lot of people that are going to be out of a self-appointed job. And that job is to make you feel so small so that they cover their insecurities around your greatness. Listen, you should let people know that they should never get your confidence in who you are mixed up with their insecurity. You cannot afford to allow people who are miserable with their life invite you over to their party. Misery loves company. Instead, for the next couple of days, I'm going to encourage you to take what I call me moments. These are moments when you're going to begin to exercise your success muscles. That's right, you heard me. Your success muscles. And that's why the core 4 is going to be important. One of the things I learned from working out, and by the way, I haven't been all that successful with working out, but I'm starting tonight to get back in my rhythm. Why? Because success requires a habit. Listen to me carefully. 30 days is a discipline. 60 days is a habit. 90 days is a lifetime. This is what I want you to understand, that if you are going to exercise your core success muscles, it's going to be just like exercising to get back into shape. Now, we call it the core 4 because just like it requires you to strengthen your core in order for you to arrive at your optimum weight, to become successful at trimming up. The first thing a trainer is going to tell you is, we got to strengthen your core. How do I know? Because I have a trainer. And so the key thing now is strengthening the core 4. We talked again about strengthening your self, and today we're talking about strengthening your success muscles. It means that if you understand how to build muscles, muscles are built with resistance. So here's what I want you to do all week long. I want you to stop thinking of resistance as something bad. I want you to think of resistance as something good, and I want you to push back. I want you to refuse to become a victim. I want you to refuse to just sit down and cry and ask, why are these things happening to me? I want you to exercise your success muscles and say, why not? Us as human beings, we have been trained in the art of using excuses. But today I want to challenge you to write on your mirror, to put it in your kitchen, your living room, put it on your laptop, put it on your iPad, this word. No, these words, no more excuse. Get up and do it. Success is not about what you're thinking, it's about what you're doing. Let me ask you a question. And it's a question that someone once asked me. If you knew that you were going to succeed and money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing with your life right now? And that is the key to success. Finding out what it is that you want to do. Number 2, overcoming the obstacles. And then number 3, telling yourself over and over again that I'm not going to give myself any more excuses. Some people say, well, I want to be an author, but I can't write. Nowadays, you have people that literally can take things that you have recorded, and make sense out of it. I mean, it's your intellectual property. There are some people that says, well, I don't have enough money. Well, there is a very famous individual, and I read his story of how all the bankers shut down his line of credit. He lost his wife. There was a series of things, and he was on the verge of bankruptcy with no money and not anything that looked like he was going to be successful. And a week later, he bought the Chrysler building. It's a true story. It's someone's story. No more excuse. People are not supporting me. Who are the people? People don't think. Who are those people? What do you think about yourself? Where are you going to go? How are you going to get there? Is the key to success. Now let me tell you, I do a lot of traveling. If I want to go to a place in Europe, I'm not going to get a brochure that tells me about the 10 different countries I should visit in the Caribbean. What is happening with a lot of people is this, that they have mastery over the things they should not do, but they have no mastery over the things that they should do. If you want success, don't read any books that tells you 10 reasons how not to fail. Find a book that tells you 10 reasons to succeed. And so I want to challenge you one more time. When it comes to success, remember, success starts at the top. It starts at the top of you. Success is a mental thing. God bless you.
Join Dr. Cindy Trimm for these next live appearances.
Remember, success is a choice. And today I challenge you to make a decision, make a commitment over the next year of changing your life permanently. Right now, it's time to take charge and be successful in your life. Aren't you tired of failures and disappointment after disappointment, obstacle after obstacle? It's time to change. So instead of you just going through that endless blandness, can you imagine sparks of motivation, things that will help you get up? You'll understand your feelings and the feelings of others. You'll learn the practical way to achieve the things you've always wanted. You've learned how to develop and carry out the plans you have made. You've learned to turn your dreams into a reality. It's time to make a commitment to yourself. And guess what? It's going to last you a lifetime. Aren't you worth it?